Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Lucifer, business and spiritual consultant as always, and you are on luciferslounge.com, also betterly known as majorhater1523.com. And in these videos, which is I call it the 36 chambers, but it's not really the 36 chambers. That's just my imaginarium working out things. Working out stuff. I try to give you a bite-sized flavor of magic that you can use without actually practicing magic, um, which is more formally known as laws of manifestation or laws of attraction or just plain old physics, if you ask me. The power of the mind is a very incredible and potent power, as some spiritualists might foresee their abilities and capabilities as the only thing existing on the world. I am here to tell you that it is not, even though I am a spiritualist myself, a black magic practitioner, and all things of all sorts. Um, I am still very aware of the power of the mind. And Lucifer is someone that is very adamant on making you realize the power of your mind. So I'm just doing what I'm supposed to be doing, which is what? Yes, sir. You guessed it. Talking about business. Talking about no. Talking about everything that the world is made of, which is what? Business and spirituality. Yes, sir. So, you might know me from my YouTube videos, of course. If you're here, it's because you probably watched one of my YouTube videos or you got referred by a friend. So if you're looking for my YouTube channel, it's Lucifer's Lounge on YouTube, of course. I got an Instagram, which is majorhater1523.com. So go over there, be a subscriber, be a follower, and everything of that sort. So today, kiddies, I before we start, I want some feedback on the Spear of Destiny videos. What are you guys doing? Give me some feedback on the Spear of Destiny video, man. I thought it was a very good video. I can't wait to hear from you and such and such. So today's video, we're going to talk about 36 chambers again. We're going to open one of the doors of the 36 chamber. Let's open door number 15. Door no. You know what? Let's open door number 5. One of the most prominent styles in the Shaolin mental kung fu. Door number 5. What is the secret technique behind door number 5? Number 5. The secret technique behind the door number 5 is the Superman effect, right? The reason why that is, there is a lot of powers. There's a lot of the Superman is a technique itself, and then there's techniques within that technique, because we all know Superman has ice breath, Superman has laser vision, Superman has superhuman strength, Superman has flight. Did I miss something? No, Superman has no, yeah, basically that's it. He has flight, invulnerability, and all things, right? So those techniques are specific to the main technique, which is the Superman effect, right? And today, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna talk about it more. We all know. Let's not talk about semantics here, right? We all already know about superhuman strength and what it means, right? I'll make another video about it, if not. But for some of us that are more advanced, we already know what superhuman strength is. And then there's flight, which is also something very, very rudimentary that we already know what that is. So we don't need to do the semantics here and repeat the same things over and over again. Now super speed. Humans, the Superman has super speed too. But what we are going to talk about, he has laser eye. I'll do another video for the laser eyes. That is also, it's less rudimentary, but I'll make a video where I put laser eye, superhuman strength, and flight in the same thing, because it's not, it's very simple. It's very straight to the point. We don't need to do a whole theology and philosophy course, pardon my language, no pun intended, philosophy course on superhuman strength, flight, and laser eyes. All right. But what we are going to talk about today is ice breath. And that's something that's a little bit more rare. It's something that people are not quite clear on what that means, because the meaning is very deep. It's very personal. It's very internal. It's very occult, as in obscure, right? Of course, there's some people out there that have started talking about crystalline energy and things of that matter, things of such sorts. So what is ice breath? What is it? How do you explain ice breath? How is ice breath a capability of manifestation? How can you manifest using ice breath? Well, let me tell you. First of all, a lot of people love to talk about thought forms, ideas that come to reality and yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. Well, let me tell you. The technique of holding in something in ice, you're not actually icing anything. You're not really freezing anything, but things are frozen, right? Ideas are frozen in time. You can freeze an idea. You can freeze a target, just like Superman does. He looks at somebody, he blows his breath on something, and bam. You see, what you need to understand is when you're using your own power, your own potentiality, you are blowing things out of your mouth. You're blowing ideas out of your mouth, right? Blowing in the sense of speaking words, right? Not actually like, no. You're saying things. You're using your mouth. That's what we mean by, blowing things. But that's feel kind of weird, but saying that multiple times. So the idea of freezing something in place, something in your mind, or something in reality, because I'm not speaking of, some people talk about thought forms. I understand that, and that is very accurate. A thought form can become a reality. The thing is, you can also freeze something into your reality, right? And this is crystalline energy. The reason why crystalline energy and ice breath is the same is because this comes from your throat chakra, right? And the laws of manifestation and the laws of attraction, you have to speak things into existence. So when you speak, you're using your crystalline energy. You're using your throat chakra, which is adamantly blue. There's a lot of people that don't like the blue color. I like the blue color, but I understand why they don't like the blue color too. But let's not speak on this, because this is a course. We're here to learn. We're not here to talk about family traditions, to put it mildly. So this crystalline energy, which is the throat chakra, is basically your capability of creating things out of speech. Of course, speech patterns may also be a result of crystallization. Certain words that you speak and the way you say it will crystallize something into a time period, a timeline, multiple timelines, multiple universes, or anything of such sorts. And I know you might be like, this is too much. This is crazy. But I shit you not, for lack of better words, That's what's going on, whether you accept it or not. So you speak your things into existence. What does that mean? Just speaking it once is not enough. You have to speak it more than once. Of course, you're like, well, Superman only uses his breath one time, and then, yeah, but that's Superman, and that's a comic book, so it's not the same. But the principality is, because as you use your mouth and as you use your vocal cords, as you use your energy that does not burn, that you're not using to destroy, that you're using to crystallize an idea in your imagination and make it into a possible thing, into the material world. You are now using your breath. You are now using wind as a helpful tool. Wind is cool. Wind is a breeze. And wind can be cold too. So when you're using your breath, your wind inside of your breath and not inside of your stomach, because that's the difference. You can use your breath from inside of your stomach, which is the red chakra. That will spew out fire. You will burn things. And you can create also by using the energy of fire, which is in your stomach. But when you're using your throat chakra, when you are focusing your energy on your throat chakra, this means when you are using your mind directly connected to your throat chakra and then out, that's crystalline energy. When you're using your mind and you're using deep emotions, powerful, passionate emotions, you're not using the crystalline energy. You're using, of course, it has to go through the crystalline energy, but you're also more using your plasmic energy. You're using your stomach energy. You're using your stomach chakra, right? So, give me a second here. So as you do this, so this is the difference between the two points of the windpipes that you're using, the 2 points of your manifestation that you're using, right? So how do you do this? Well, for your stomach chakra, you have to focus your mind and your emotions. You have to be passionate. But this, my friend, not to disrespect anyone, not to insult anybody's abilities or anything that matter, because some people are more capable in some things than others, which is completely normal. So if you're a master at using your passion, emotion, energy, then so be it. Be proud of it, wear it, and do whatever you want with it. But if I must say, using your throat chakra is technically a little bit more advanced. Why? Let me explain. Because now you have used your stomach chakra so much, you have spewed fire in so many places that you now don't need to be emotional about things in order to create things. And this is where crystalline energy comes from. Because you see, all that energy has to go somewhere. Energy flows all through your body, right? Energy flows through your body. It's not just, people like to talk about alchemy, right? When you give something, you get something back, right? It's called energy transfer or a transfiguration, right? There's always energy outside that you are consuming, and you are also exhuming energy outside of your body. And this is a concept that everybody understands. But if we go deeper, if we go internally, you are also creating energy inside of you, and there's energy inside of you that is giving back to your body. It's just like exercise. You do a couple push-ups, you're tired, your body hurts. Of course, you exhumed energy inside of your body. But what is the result of this exuberant energy? You get muscles. So you create muscles. So what I'm basically saying is, by most people use their emotional energy, their stomach chakra, and they do that for years on end. Whether they notice it or not doesn't matter. They did that years on end. But at some point, all that energy that you built up, you thought you were exhuming energy by using your stomach chakra. But you're also creating more energy by practicing your stomach chakra, by practicing using that in order to create or do whatever you want, right? This has created a muscle into your chakra. So now this chakra is now stronger. And for all we know, chakral energy goes up and down, goes out and goes in. So what I'm basically trying to tell you is that energy is going up inside of you and flowing all through your body, and vice versa, continually, like this, all the time. So now you're creating waves, right? This is why you're a vibrational entity. This is why you're a vibrational entity. This is why you have an energetic field, right? So what I'm trying to say is, at some point, your chakra point, your crystal energy, your crystalline energy that most people do not use, if I dare say so myself, because it's not an easy technique to use in the first place. But you never know. Maybe you practice so much your stomach chakra so much that you are probably capable of creating just by using your voice, just by using your throat chakra, just by breathing ice. Why are you breathing ice? Because now you're not using fire. You're using coolness. You're using a breeze. You're using a powerful wind force coming out of a powerful wind tunnel. And what happens to air when it's powerful? A powerful breeze of air becomes cold. The stronger the push of the wind, the colder it gets. So this is just evidently why when you speak things using your throat chakra, you are crystallizing thought forms into the air. You're crystallizing thought forms into reality. So a person, a situation, or an item will now become frozen in time for as long as you wish. And this is another step towards your manifestation capabilities. And this is the reason why some of the things that you have tried to manifest, if you were able to manifest them, stand still in your reality. Because now they are frozen in your timeline. They are frozen in your dimension. They are moving. You see these things moving. You see the material move from one place to another. You see the person move from one place to another. But that's only what it seems to your human eyes. But in your spirit, in the spirit realm, in your spirit world, that person is stuck. Pardon my pejorative term, that person is now frozen inside of the dimension of creation that you have created. So this is ice breath capabilities. This is crystalline capability. So now, as I said, how do you transform your energy into crystalline capability? You have to use your mind. You have to be so confident. You have to be so undoubtedly confident that whatever you say will become reality, that it then becomes reality. And you don't need emotions in it. You don't need to feel passionate about it. You actually need to feel more like not ungrateful. What's the word I'm looking for? Not ungrateful, but you have to be like you have to take it for granted. You have to take your own energy for granted. You have to speak as if you are taking your own energy for granted, and then boom, you freeze an idea, you freeze a material, you freeze an article, you freeze a situation inside of your reality, so that you can then use in a correct manner, in the manner that you wish to use, right? Because we ain't here to hurt people. Because ice breath can become dangerous. How can ice breath become dangerous? Well, if you keep an idea, if you keep a person in your thought and you speak of this person now becomes frozen into your timeline. I'm guilty of doing it too, of course, obviously. But everybody's a little bit different. Everybody got different situations. Things don't always seem like they seem to be. I'm guilty of doing that too. Everybody is. Everybody has something that they keep still into their reality. And sometimes it's not their fault, because I don't want you guys to go around after seeing this video and be like all those laws of manifestation guys and be like, well, if you got cancer, it's your fault. You did it. It's your fault you got cancer. That used to happen to me. I used to go to seminars and everybody was like, you know, somebody's dying from cancer, and they'd be like, yo, if he died from cancer, he created that. Like, dude, it's cancer, man. Everybody has cancer. Everybody can get cancer. And even if it's his fault, that's insensitive. Personally, I find it insensitive. So anyways, point is, I don't want you guys to go out after listening to this video and be like, oh, well, if that happens, it's because you're crystallizing this thing inside of your reality. Yeah, it might be true. It might be true. But have some discernment. Everybody's different. You got to know the details of a situation before you judge a situation. But I do want you to go out, and if you do see somebody in that particular situation, to tell them, yo, you are crystallizing stuff in your reality. If you are talking about it right now, especially if you're emotional about it, you are using plasmic energy. You're using atomic energy, because atomic energy is pretty strong. It's way stronger than ice. I mean, I don't think ice stands no chance against, you know what I mean? Ice stands no chance against nuclear energy. So when you're using your stomach chakra, using your emotion, and you're speaking things, of course, those things stay in your reality. And then again, if the person's not emotional about something, but he's always repeating the same thing over and over again, he is crystallizing things in this reality. The difference between nuclear energy and ice breath. Why would I even use ice breath if I have nuclear potentiality? Because crystallizing is way more a how do you say, it's easier. I mean, the person's not being destroyed, the person's not being manipulated. No, you just froze something in time. So unless somebody melts it, it's gonna stand there forever, like a statue. You know, it's gonna be there forever. You know, so crystalline energy is just as good for creating and also damaging as nuclear energy. And ice doesn't need as much energy to use See the difference? You're using nuclear energy, which is your stomach chakra, plasmic energy, right? You're using nuclear energy. You need to use your mind. You need to practice your mind. You then need to use your emotions. And then you need to actually verbally say things, insinuate things. So you're using a lot of energy. You're using motor skills. You're using physical skills. You're using mental skills. You're using logical skills. So you're actually using a lot of energy. So if you want to bypass all of that energy that you're using, if you want to keep more energy for yourself, crystalline energy is the way to go. Because you don't need emotions. You don't need physical acts. You don't need to all you need is to think of something, say it, and then boom. So you're using a lot less energy than nuclear energy. Nuclear is there's a lot of energy in nuclear devices. It's pure energy. Crystals is the opposite of energy. There's actually no energy in a crystal. Right? There's no energy in a crystal. There's no energy in ice. That's why it's ice. Ice is a gas or a material form with no energy in it. It's basically atoms slowing down. Right? And the only way for an atom to slow down is if the energy from it is being sucked out of it, or for any reason being reduced. So when those atoms are reduced, when that atmosphere is sucked, when the air is sucked out of something, it transforms into ice. It crystallizes. So just scientifically, you can see that if you are using crystal energy, that you are using your throat chakra, that you're not using that much energy into things. This is why I use my crystalline energy most of the time. This is why I always talk about crystallized energy all the time. Because when I developed that skill, I noticed that everything is easier. I don't have to put in as much effort. Although I still use all my chakra points. But still. There's a lot less going on. So what did we learn here? We learned about ice breath. We learned about how people perceive what they perceive. They may, create a thought form, and it might be negative. You might stand, and no. Before we do a recap, never mind the recap, because I wasn't finished with the negative part of using ice breath. The negative part of using ice breath, you can keep a negative idea informed. You can keep a negative person in your reality. You keep seeing the same person again. And you don't like that person. That person is now inside of your timeline. He's stuck inside your timeline, and you are keeping him stuck inside of your timeline. So you have to unfreeze him. You see, the thing about ice breath, at some point that ice statue that you created with this person will thaw. So that's a good thing. When the person thaws, you let him go. Don't talk about him again. You don't talk about him anymore. You let him go. The person's not there anymore. He's gone. Move on to other things. Create more. So you can create a wall of multiple things. But that comes with time. That comes with practice. That comes with time. That comes with interest, hobbies, ideas, practice, and all kinds of things. But you can create a massive form of a crystal wall full of crystallized idea. People that you want in your life, things you want to do, and things like that. But you also need to not be scared of those things, because I'm saying this as if they stay frozen in your reality. And what I mean by staying frozen in reality is like you're not used to speaking to women, right? But your first idea in your mind is watching this video. And you watch Crystaline Energy. And then you end up noticing that it's starting to work. But you're not used to speaking to women. So women keep popping up in your reality. But you keep failing at speaking to them because you're not used to speaking to women. But you know that you wanted women in your reality. So you are the one that has to let it thaw, melt away from your reality. Or you got to go talk to one of them, man. That's it. You gotta go talk to one of them, bruh. That's the only thing you can do. So you have to be brave about the things that you crystallize, because you can crystallize a Lamborghini, but you're scared of driving. Just because you're scared of driving, that Lamborghini is not gonna go away. Especially if you keep saying that you want a Lamborghini, but you don't want to drive it because you're scared of crashing. But the Lamborghini, the chance, and it can become negative. It can become negative. It can start to piss you off seeing Lamborghinis appear in your reality all the time when you know you're scared of driving one. You know? So the shit keeps appearing. You don't want it there, but it keeps appearing because you crystallize it into your timeline. So now you don't know what to do. You gotta let it melt. You gotta stop saying it. You have to stop talking about it. You have to stop every idea you had about it. You have to stop. And it's gonna take time before it melts away from your reality. It's gonna take time. It's gonna stay there for a long time. For a couple months. Could stay there for a year. So it can be negative to use ice breath because you're freezing something. It's stuck. It can't move. It's tangibly inanimate. Can't go forward. Can't go backward. It's there. It's in your dimension, and we're speaking dimensionally here, because to the human eyes, that's not what's going on. To the eyes of a human, to a 3D human, that's not what's going on. Shoot, it's not even what's going on to the eyes of a 4D person. No pun intended. No offense meant. No pun intended, no offense meant. It's not even going on in those dimensions. Only a 5-dimensional entity can notice things like this. Well, actually, a 4th-dimensional entity can know things like that too, or whatever. Well, you're supposed to know these things on the 4th-dimensional level, kind of, but you need a guru to teach you stuff like this. You can't figure it out by yourself. I mean, yeah, okay. Well, yeah, I mean, you can figure that out by yourself, but it's going to take a long time without the help of somebody, without the help of a teacher or a guru. It's going to take a long time before you realize these kinds of things, you know, and I am saying years here, not a couple of weeks or months, like years. Especially if you're concentrated on one chakra point, because some people might be concentrated on the crown chakra. Everything is about the mind. They're undulating with their mind. They're undulating with their mind. They're not, I mean, everything else undulates, but that's where their energy goes. That's where their efforts, their interest and effort goes. It doesn't go anywhere else, you know? So that person's going to be like on that standpoint for years, and he's going to be a master at some point of his crown chakra. But even when he becomes a crown chakra, he'll still keep using the crown chakra. So it's dangerous when you're trying to learn a discipline or an art form without noticing your right and your left flank, right? Without noticing other abilities, without, you know, you might be stuck in a loop. Not necessarily a negative loop, because there's nothing wrong about being a master of one particular craft. We need masters, we need teachers. It's only normal. You know? It's like me personally. I even said it earlier. I use my crystalline energy more than my, you know, my plasmic energy, my nuclear energy. And I love nuclear energy. I love being a nuclear entity. I love having the power of the sun that I can use at my guise. It's very fun. Love it. I'm excited about these things. I'm excited about these videos that I'm making. I'm excited about this crash course into these energies that we speak of. Me personally, I consider these things as being demonic. And a lot of Christians will consider these things being demonic. And they are. These are not powers that are meant for the common mortal. But the common mortal do have access to these powers. It's damn if you do, damn if you don't kind of situation. You know what I mean? Are these videos specifically for demonic? No. You're just learning from a demonic person. But anybody can do it. Whether they're demonic or not. You can be the most fervent. I might be wrong. But you can be the most fervent Christian and still be able to use some of these abilities. Some of them. Fervent. Like die hard. You know what I mean? And still have access to it. And that's one of the problems with the world today. Because a lot of these fervent, die-hard saints and prophets believe that whatever they're doing is actually from a higher power. But in actuality, it's all going on inside of their brains and inside of their stomach. Because they eat good salad. They eat good salad. They grow their own crops. You know, and they're sitting there thinking, you know, whoever the F that guy is for everything when they're the ones doing it. But that's also the major difference between Lucifer and him. Because I don't lie. I don't spend my time trying to make you feel like, I'm the one that did that. And stuff like blah blah blah. No, you're the one doing it, man. Like I'm gonna teach you how you're doing it too. And then do whatever you want. You ain't gotta go home, but you got to get the hell out of here. That's how I see things. That's how I see things, man. That's how I see things. So, what I'm trying to say is, whatever your background, you can still listen to these videos. You can be part of my my followers, listen to these videos, and take advantage of this, regardless of what you believe in. I don't care. That's not my job. My job is not to care. I'm just here to let you know what's going on. Don't shoot the messenger. Crystaline energy, ice breath. I hope you guys are going to use it. I hope you guys are going to use it. I hope you guys are going to use your ice breath because, like I said before, it's a technique that you can use. And you probably can already use it right now. You probably are already capable of using it. Probably. Maybe. It depends. Because if you do follow the laws of attraction, if you are a magician, if you are a black magician or a sorcerer or whatever, then you already was using your nuclear energy. And the only difference is now you are doing a transfiguration inside of you. You're transmogrifying energy. Because now you're using your plasmic energy and you let it run up to your voice. But the only thing is you're sucking out the energy. And then you're spewing cold breath instead of fire. But like I said before, just because it's ice doesn't mean it's less dangerous than using your dragon breath, like I like to call it. That's another technique, which I'll make another video for. I don't even think I need to do a video about dragon breath at this point. At this point, I don't even think I need to because there's too many people that already know about it. There's too many people that know about it. So I don't even know if I do need to do it. But if I do need to do it, let me know. Give me some feedback. Let me know. Give me some feedback and let me know. So, like I said before, just because it's ice doesn't mean it's negative. Doesn't mean it's positive. Because you can hold thought forms, you can hold things in your timeline in the present moment. But as I said before, focus your energy. Create crystals of ideas. The more ice you spew on it, the harder the crystal becomes. The harder the crystal becomes, the harder it is to be out of your existence. Me, there's a lot of things in my existence. I can create anything. And those things will stay. They will stay in my reality until I let it thaw. And sometimes I let things thaw on purpose because I don't need it right now, or it's not the right time. But there's a lot of things that are reoccurring in my existence. Some negative, some positive. The negative things, I know why they're reoccurring. But there's also a lot of positive things that keep reoccurring too. I like to take my time. I like to take my time. I take my time with some of these things. You know, and for sure I can tell you that you will have situations. You can crystallize an entire situation. So basically, when you understand your godlike power, you are not just some people. In the beginning, you'll crystallize people. In the beginning, you'll crystallize a simple idea. In the beginning, you'll crystallize people. When you get better at it, you'll crystallize ideas. Ideals, not an idea, but ideals. But then, when you become really good at it, you will crystallize situations involving multiple people. Whew. What? You're not controlling them. You're not birthing people that never existed before. All these people existed. All these people were there. That's not the thing. The thing is, you are crystallizing an entire situation that you like to be in. You like to crystallize. There's a situation that you want to be in, that you are comfortable in, that you want in your life, and you are crystallizing this situation to happen over and over again, as much as you want. Or it depends on the situation. Maybe it just needs. It doesn't matter if it's reoccurring or something like. It's like you like to do parties, right? And you like a good vibe. You don't like when people are crazy and blah blah blah. You want a good vibe. So you crystallize that energy. You crystallize that energy. Crystallize it. You've frozen that situation in time. You crystallize it, and this becomes your everyday. This becomes reoccurring, because it's now a crystal. It's inside of a crystal. All you do is walk in, and that's stuck in your life. It's stuck forever in your life. And there's other situations where, well, every time I go there, there's friends and stuff like that. It could be reoccurring or it could be stationary. It depends on where you're going and what you're doing and what your idea is. Reason why this works, because I talk about multiversal things a lot. Because multiversal is a very important thing, something that people don't necessarily understand or take for granted. The multiversal thing is what permits you to use some of your abilities. Multiverse and dimensional energy is, dimensional energy is the power of creation. You got cosmic, astral, and things like that. Astral planes, multiple planes, layers, and stuff like that. the multi-dimension is an overlapping reality. This is the reason why, if this is the reason we have to be thankful for multi-dimensional universes, because this is the reason why using some of your powers does not hinder humanity. Because you're listening to these powers, I'm saying it's demonic and da 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 da, but and you might think like, well, this is kind of scary. This seems like it could be destructive. This might be the sort of information that you don't want to come out. No, everything is fine. You're not hurting anyone. Those people want to be there. Those people are meant to be there. It's all about energy. It's all about energy. You see some people, when their energy, if let's say the most worst case scenario, you are manifesting these people into your life consistently, like a slave master, right? You're consistently like whipping them and forcing them to come into your life. They're wasting their energy. Their energy is waning, right? That's what the common mortal thinks. That's where the fear comes from. In actuality, what's really going on is that you are a multiversal entity. You can do no harm. Reason for that is, once one energy is depleted, it will be replaced by another energy. So you're seeing the same person at every event. But that person that you're seeing is not the same person that was there since the beginning of the show. You did one show, it was the same person. The second show, if that person's energy was depleted, there's going to be energy, new energy. There's going to be new energy, probably from the same person, or what seems to be the same person. To you, it's the same person. But in a multi-dimensional world, that's like a twin. It's a different person. It's a different energy. But that's none of your concern. What is of your concern is what you want to create. The reason why it's none of your concern is because the universe will always give you the energy you need to accomplish your task. Always. And this can be represented in the same person or a different person. It depends. So, reason for that is, some people will train people to be there on time, on the dial, every time. Whether they do one show a month, 3 shows a month, 4, 5, 6, the whole month, 30 days of shows. And the same people will keep reappearing. And you would think that, man, I'm starting to feel bad. I'm making these people come in all the time. No, don't. Their energy is fine. It just looks like that. The reason why is because that's what you want. So the universe is going to make it happen. And if the universe needs to pluck someone from another dimension and put it into your dimension, that's what the universe is going to do. Especially if that's the person that you want. And you can notice a little bit of a difference from time to time. You know, a little bit of a Mandela effect. The person told you, my name is Carl with a C. Then you see it again. You try to write his name. And then, no, it was with a K. And you're like, you told me it was with a C. And it's like, no, it was a K. That's the same person from another dimension. Of course, that's a little bit, it's a bit out there. It's a bit out there, but you get the idea. It's barely noticeable. You will never notice. And that person is never going to notice too. Because you're also on multiple dimensions where you're doing this exact same thing. So Carl from Tuesday, from dimension 8, is actually called from Wednesday on your third show from Dimension 6. No pun intended. No offense meant. So you're thinking it's the same guy, but it's not the same guy. And Carl has no idea that you're not the same guy from Dimension 6 either, because you were doing the same thing. You were saying the same thing. So nobody notices shit. Right? It's like playing chess. No pun intended, no offense meant. I hate playing chess, but I understand the concept. I understand the checkered board. Not everybody understands the checkered board, but that's the secret of life. It's the checkered board. There's a black one, there's a white one, there's a black one, there's a white one, there's a black one, there's a white one, there's a black one, there's a white one. And then everybody's moving between the squares, between the white and the black squares. But they're all going forward, backward. It's like playing ping pong. You ever play ping pong? You slap a ball with a paddle, and it just goes back and forth. It just goes back and forth. This is multi-dimensional power. The power of the multiverse is inside a checkered board. The power of the multiverse is inside of the checkerboard. This is the reason why some of these cultists love using the checkered board symbolism. I don't think they know what a checkerboard is. Shoot, there's probably 100, my window's open right now, and there's probably 10,000 people that just figured out what the checkerboard is by listening to this video. And these supposed cultists that are grandmasters and grand wizards have no idea what the heck they're looking at. But this is multi-dimensional power. This is what the checkerboard is. An infinite game with multiple pieces that keeps going on forever and ever and ever and ever. And they're moving from one plane, because a square is a plane. They're moving from the black plane to the white plane, to the white plane, to the black plane, to the white plane, to the black plane, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So you'll never notice all of these things. So your focus is not to be on the fact that these people, you're making somebody, you're not making anything, you're not making anybody do anything. But to you, it feels like you're making somebody do something, right? But that's not your concern. Your concern is to make sure that there are pieces on the checkered board. That's what your concern is. You don't need to worry where the energy comes from. You don't need to worry how the energy is going to be created. That's none of your business. That's the universe business. That's the atoms business. If atoms and nuclear power is tired of working and they start complaining, if you get a complaint from an atom, or the embodiment of nuclear energy comes along, comes knocking at your door, or the embodiment of the universe comes knocking at your door and tell you, yo, you're using too much energy, then maybe you can worry. And then you can come at me and tell me, yo, the embodiment of the universe just said I was using too much energy, bruh. And I would be like, all right, give me a second. I'll sort this out. But until then, none of your business. You don't need to care. You don't need to care. What would you care? That's what the universe wants you to use its power. That's what the universe wants. The universe is just sitting there and he's like, yo, don't y'all have anything you want me to do? I'm bored, man. Sitting here playing checkers all day. Let's go. Put some pieces on the board. Let's do this. Crystaline energy. Crystaline energy. Ice breath. Superman. You're Superman, man. You're Superman, dude. Let's go. So, I will finish this video by saying, watch, rinse and repeat my videos. Learn from it. And we got more videos coming. We have Flash, Another technique from the 36th chamber. Wu-Tang Killer Bees, we're on the swarm. We got Flash coming, Flash Energy. Watch out for that video. We got some more. And then we're gonna do strength, flight, and eye vision. We're gonna do strength, flight, and eye vision. We're gonna do flash. Flash 2 is another technique that's very important. Wait for these 2 videos. It's coming real soon. Thank you guys for listening. You guys have been great. I'll see you on the next one. Have a good one. And if you don't know what my name is Lucifer, and I'm a business and spiritual consultant. And as always, if you're wondering what is Lucifer doing on earth, well, let me tell you. He's talking about everything the earth is made of, which is what? Business and spirituality. Have a good one.